Hi kids, it's Miss Jessica. And I, right now, am in the I Loves Owl Emporium. And today I'm going to show you how to draw an owl, just like Hedwig. So pay attention carefully, and we'll do a step-by-step draw with me. And then at the end of the lesson, pay close attention for what I reveal at the end. All right, have fun and have a great last week at Crestview, and I look forward to seeing you in August. Okay, so let's get started on drawing our snowy owl. All right, so to start, we're going to start up at the corner of our paper and just with a kind of just draw a circle, pressing lightly with your pencil. And yes, you'll want to have a pencil, maybe an eraser, and then you can use a Sharpie or like a dark crayon or colored pencil or pen to finish up your steps. Okay, so you want to leave enough room down here for the body. Then next you can do some guidelines on the head just lightly, kind of like what we do when we draw our faces. And then next I'm going to draw another circle at the bottom on the left side of the head. And that's going to be my guide for the top and bottom part of the owl's body. Okay, so just another light circle here. Okay, it should be bigger than the head, and the edges of the circle should just barely touch each other. Okay. All right, so next, we're going to work on kind of connecting all these together. So I'm going to take my pencil on the outside and I'm going to kind of draw around the shapes. And I'm going to make it kind of like a triangular shape at the bottom part there. And that's going to come up to the head. Okay, so now I've got a good outline of the body. Okay, then I can put a little mark line here, and this is going to be, these are the lines for that snowy owl's feet. And yes, we are drawing a snowy owl, just like Hedwig. Okay, so the next step is we're going to add a longer tail even. So I'm going to the bottom of the tail and I'm kind of a curving line on the lower left side for the snowy owl's tail. Okay, so right now I've got my initial sketch. Now I'm going to draw the eyes of the owl, and I can just do some circles on top of that guideline, kind of towards the top of the head. And actually I wanted mine a little bit higher up. And I'll see if I can find my eraser. If I have, okay, so I'm gonna erase my owl eyes because I want them a little bit higher. Actually, this guideline should be a little bit higher. So I'm gonna do a circle here, like an oval shape here, and an oval shape on this side of the owl's head. And then I can do some dots in the middle. Okay. And just darkening them in a little bit for my owl eyes. Okay. Next, we're going to work on the beak. And the beak's going to come down here, just kind of a two lines coming down to make kind of an angled line. And I can add some texture lines for the snowy owl's feather texture. And I can add some other texture lines on the outside. And you'll go back in later and you can add more texture lines. Just quick, short strokes for the texture lines. All right, so now we've got the eyes, the beak, and now we're going to work on the wing feathers. So I'm going to come over here back to the end of the head. And I'm using like short lines, sketch lines here, and then kind of some J sketchy lines to get the feathers of the wings. Okay. And then I can add more feathers, more kind of those longer J lines that are connecting off the owl's body. And adding some more feather texture here. So we're just going in kind of adding the details right now. Okay, I might add some lines here that kind of show the wing on the back side of the owl right there. Now the talons of the owl, we're going to work on those. Okay, and they have kind of big, snowy owls have big, snowy, feathery, furry, they look furry, but they're feathery feet. So there's a claw there. And then another one here. Just doing curvy lines there and adding some texture lines. And then the back one is going to be a little bit higher up. And then look out my talons on my snowy owl. All right. Now there's another claw. If you want to get really advanced, you can add another claw here, talon I should say. Okay. All right. So next, I can add some details to the tail feathers. Just some texture lines, feathers. I'm going to go back in for my feet come out. And then maybe my owl's going to be on a rock. So I can add some lines here. Texture lines so it's not floating in the air. And then I can add, the snowy owls are white, but they have these little specks. And then I can go in, I could even go in with a Sharpie if I wanted to outline, or I can just use my pencil. So I can erase the lines I don't need anymore, my guidelines. If you can still see them, like that circle we drew at the beginning. And my eyes I made by mistake. And then I can take my Sharpie and I can just kind of outline the lines I want. There's those J lines. And I'm going to the tops of the eyes, bottoms of the eyes, the pupils, the beak. This Sharpie is really thick, but it's the only one I have right now. And we're kind of making do with what we have these days on hand. So I'm just going through and just outlining some of the pencil lines. And again, you don't have to use a Sharpie. You don't have to have it outlined heavily if you don't want to. You might just want to stick with a lighter pencil drawing. And then you can color it in. Maybe you're going to start with the eyes. You have these yellow eyes. And then you can go in with your pencil again and just add those little specks that snowy owls have. Some shading with your pencil. You can shade, and then you can blend using the side of your finger. And there is your snowy owl. All right, kids, here's your code word. K-I-N-D, kind. Well, I hope you had fun drawing your snowy owl, and I look forward to seeing you once summer vacation's over, and have a wonderful, safe vacation. All right, see you next school year.
Mm-hmm.